Actually, you won't care no more. Babe. Y'all, I'm gonna tear this up. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Poured and Poetic. Actually, this is episode 2. I want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video, you guys. I have reached 130 subscribers, which is crazy because just 3 days ago when I posted Poured and Poetic episode 1, I had 102 subscribers. So y'all are really outdoing y'all self. I know for a fact by the end of April, I better be at 200 subscribers, y'all. Better be, because I at this point, I believe that I can get 200 before March is over. It is March 24th. It's March 24th, y'all. That's how much I believe in it. But I'm so glad that y'all enjoyed Poured and Poetic. I decided to bring back another episode. I really enjoyed making it, which was so fun to me because I love bartending. I love making drinks. And I just got to tell y'all a little bit about me. This time, we're actually going to get poured and poetic. If you read the title, you already know what this video is about. How to stop caring what other people think, okay? And I'm a great person to talk about this topic because I haven't cared what people thought about me probably since I was younger. I had to learn at a very young age how to stop caring what people thought about me because I am from a small town. If you know anything about a small town, you know it's very boxed in, it's very pessimistic, and it's very judgmental. So being a awkward black girl, I had to get used to it quick. The drink that we're drinking on today, right? Okay, this is a Cosmo, y'all. I've actually never made a Cosmopolitan before. That's why I just said Cosmo, because I knew I was gonna butcher it. I've never made one of these before. I just made this for the first time. I actually added strawberry to this one. It's like cranberries, lime, vodka, whatever. I haven't tried it yet, so let's see what it's talking about. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tear this up. Here's a close-up on it. Yeah. So if you do care about what people think, which you do, we all do, that's human nature, congratulations. That means to some degree that you care about yourself, which is good. I have a few points that I want to bring to this topic today. The first being with this is nobody is watching as closely as you may think they are. Imagine that you're in a crowded street, like let's say you're in New York or something. You're in this crowded street, you're trying to walk, you're trying to get to work, you trip and fall. And you get up and you look around you, you realize nobody noticed. This is what it's like to care about what people think. Most of the time, people are wrapped up in themselves so much, just like you and just like me. They're not that worried about what you got going on. And if they are, that's a reflection of themselves. Like most people, you think, do you really care about what other people think, or are you just afraid of being judged? That's really the answer for most people. Most people are just scared to be judged. Why are we afraid to be judged? Because social acceptance is a part of human nature. That is perfectly fine. Say you do trip and someone sees you fall over and bust your tail. What then? Moments of embarrassment are just like any other feeling, emotion, or moment in life. It's fleeting. The only thing that we have to fear is fear itself. Our fear of being judged is way worse than actually being judged. And if you're always worried about being judged, I want you to ask yourself something. Would you take advice from this person that's judging you? If the answer is no, then leave it at that. If the answer is yes, I want you to think about why you care about what they think. If the perception that they have of you is negative, most of the time, like I said, it goes back to what they think about themselves. Perception is not a truth. It is just a mirror. Okay, mirror of what people think about themselves. Most of the time, like me doing this YouTube channel, y'all, it took a lot of me not caring what people think just to start this, but it was something that I wanted to do. So what did I do? I did it, and I don't care about what anybody thinks about it, because most of the time people don't even have the courage to do this themselves. Most people don't even have the courage to do the things that you want to do or the things that you're doing. Like, if you're wearing something different. And that was a big thing with me growing up. I was always really kooky. It's like how I am now. I always wore, before it was a trend, baby, I had bracelets on my wrist. I was wearing these glasses. I was doing different I used to wear all these different colors and patterns. I'm gonna see if I can I'll put some pictures up here so y'all can just see some of the outfits that I used to wear when I was like in high school. But I was like that when I was younger, and people used to pick on me, boy. Like, they would pick on me because of my personality, but my personality is the reason why I'm able to have this type of creative outlet. People used to pick on my personality. They would pick on like my different fashion choices and stuff like that. And I had to learn that the whole time, it's not that they didn't like what I was wearing. It's because they wanted to wear what I was wearing, or they just didn't have the confidence to do the things that I've been doing. It's that simple. And the reality is, you don't have to be digestible. You don't have to, baby, like they be saying, if I'm too much, go find less. Why are you worried about what I'm doing, baby? It does not affect you, really. So why are you worried about what other people think about you? Is what they think about you going to put money in your pocket, food in your stomach? It's not. Most people will be so mad that you do not hate yourself. They'll be so mad that you have all these dreams. They'll be so mad that you are full of life. Don't let nobody take that away from you. Be worried about what people think about you. It's really that simple. I know that sounds delusional, and some people be like, it's not that simple, but honestly, it really is that simple. Fake it till you make it, because eventually you won't care no more, baby. Haters make you. Constructive criticism, that's good too. When people hate on, that's more spotlight on you. Because in reality, caring what people think is like, it's like the fear of being seen. To be seen is to be vulnerable. And I have a hard time being vulnerable myself, but to be seen is to be vulnerable. And we don't want to feel exposed. We don't want to feel naked. Really all it is. If you have a fear of judgment, I want you to reframe this as growth. Take what people say. If they hating on you, baby, double it. Do it 10 times better. If they have these negative opinions, prove them wrong. Use it as your motivation. Use haters as motivation. Let them fuel you, because it ain't nothing better than proving somebody wrong, baby. It ain't nothing better than proving somebody wrong. They said you can't do it, do it. What about it, right? What about it, right? So, and when they judge you, after they judge you, what is an afterthought? People be forgetting. People be wrapped up in their own life. Everybody has main character syndrome. Okay, everybody has it. Everybody has a spotlight effect. Everybody, because you live in your own head. Our perception is our reality. So you need to change how you perceive things if you want a different reality. Practice being seen. If you do stuff without seeking validation. If you want to get cute, get cute. If you look good, you feel good. And if you feel good, baby, you're going to do good. Okay? Just do stuff for you. Do stuff for yourself, and all of a sudden, slowly but surely, that thought of what people think about you is going to slowly disappear and go to the back of your head, way back in your brain. And it's just going to be an afterthought. It's going to cross your mind. You're going to be like, wait a minute, I don't even give a fuck. Brings me to my next point. The illusion of approval. Shape yourself to fit into society, and you shape yourself to fit into conforming. Now you'll stand for nothing. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. Why would you want to be like everybody else? Why do you want everybody to like you? You don't even like everybody. That doesn't make any sense. You end up washed up in a blurred out version of who you want it to be. And then you're not going to come off as authentic. And as much as people hate to say it, they're drawn to authenticity. Here is something else crazy. Let's say you do fit and conform into these boxes. There's going to be something else for somebody to critique. There's going to be something else for people to say. People are always going to say something. They're always going to have something to say about the things that you do. So why not do whatever you want to do? The only way to win the game of caring is to stop playing. It's to stop caring. There's this fear of embarrassment, or this fear of being cringy. And my answer to being cringy is, if somebody makes you cringe, are you cringing because what they're doing is weird and embarrassing, or is it because they're being authentic, or is it because they're being authentically themselves? Something that you're not doing, right? When we see these things, or people are just being themselves and they're like, you're like, they made me cringe. Why did they make you cringe? Because they're just being themselves? They're being themselves. I want you to think and I want you to ask yourself, are you being yourself? Are you showing up authentically you? Are you being real? Because I'm telling you, the people that's real out here, they're not worried about if somebody else is making them cringe. Actually, they probably don't even get cringed out because they're so confident in themselves. They're not worried about other people. Never, ever, 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 ever be liked by everyone in this world. It's not possible. And if you are, you fake. I'm telling you that right now. If everybody likes you, if everybody mess with you, you're fake. People and some spirits do not like you just because you're yourself, because you're being authentic. Hey, Drake was not lying when he said jealousy is just love and hate at the same time. Some people will hate on you because they love what you're doing and they don't know how to do it for themselves. It just overwhelms them. They cannot fathom the fact that you're doing something that they could never do because they don't have the confidence to do it. So why don't you do it? And then I'm going to bring this back to what I always bring it back to, art. Our whole world is art. Expression is art. When you care about what other people think, that is their art. That is their expression. And then I'm going to stop right there. The people be thinking depression is like the opposite of happiness or niceness or anything like that. No, depression is the opposite of expression, right? Depression is the opposite of expression. So without art or with the fear of being judged, imagine if everybody cared what other people think all the time, art wouldn't exist. Nike, those brands that you be wearing, at one point, those were people with crazy ideas that thought of something that nobody had ever thought of before. And people probably looked at them and thought they were crazy. People probably looked at their clothes or their shoes or whatever they were selling, and they probably thought it was crazy. And they thought it wasn't cute and they thought it wasn't good because they were judging it. But look at those brands now. It's big. It's a staple. Everybody likes it. Because it's authentic and it's new. Every artist, poet, writer cared about what people think, we would have this dull world of nothing. People are going to feel you. The right people are going to find you. The right people aren't going to judge you. That's because you haven't found your people. And it's 2025. It's 2025. Like when I was younger, maybe like when I was still in high school, maybe like 5 years ago before the pandemic, people still cared what other people thought. And there was such like a generalized like fashion statements to everything. But after the pandemic, everybody got all this authenticity because they were by themselves, not around other people. Now there's this new rise of like aesthetics and everything else. And I could go on and on about that, but that just goes to show there's an example of everybody can be different and everybody has their audience. Everybody has their crowd. Just like this video. If you're meant to watch this, if you're meant to see this and you messing with it and you're my people. That's the thing. You have to find your people. And now that I've talked all about that, I wouldn't be a real conversationalist if I didn't talk about the cons of not caring about what other people think, right? I have experienced this myself. I kind of struggle with this myself. Sometimes I don't care enough what people be thinking. Like I really don't. And I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress, just as we all are. Sometimes we can get locked into the echo chamber of our own minds when nobody's voice matters but your own. To grow, are you gonna stop growing? Because if you don't have any opinions from other people, then how are you going to grow? How are you going to change? Because that's in our human nature. Human nature is human connection. It's hardwired into our bodies to interact with other people. Even introverts interact with other people sometimes. And people who don't interact with anybody, most of the time they're very unhappy. They're depressed because they don't have anything to express. They don't have nobody to express themselves to. I always try to remind myself is not all judgment is a cage. Not all judgment is a box that you have to fit into. Not all judgment is somebody hating on you. Not all judgment is negative. Some people are just trying to critique you, and sometimes people could be hating on you and they can low-key give you some advice. Like Glorilla. Glorilla. That's a great shout out to Glorilla, y'all. I'm from West Tennessee. I love it. I remember seeing something where they was saying like JT said something about how like she wasn't messing with her, she ain't have no sex appeal, and this that, like, you know, she gave her think piece on her. And that's when Glorilla first came out, when she was still finding herself, finding her look, finding her style, really just finding her place within the industry because she hit mainstream. And now look at her, baby. Glorilla went to the gym. Glorilla did. She did what she had to do. And now that she has found her style with also being true to herself, because baby, she's Memphis down. She Memphis right there. That whole thing, that's Memphis. She Memphis right there. And what's she doing? She's stunning on it. She completely dookied on JT's think piece about her. And that goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. Prove people wrong. Okay, prove people wrong. Let that be your motivation to do better. Don't just take what they say like, oh man, they're right. Imagine if she let that comment get her down. Like, she's right, I don't have no sex appeal, I should just stop. She's right, I don't have this, that, I should just stop. What did she do? Baby, Glorilla, it took her 3 months. She got it together, okay? No power in being unshakable, but there's power in being unreachable, right? Stay with me now. Never let nobody words in. Will love and will positive comments ever make their way through if you don't care what nobody think at all? Balance is really key. You got to care, but don't care too much, because like I said in the beginning, if you care what people think, that's good because you care about yourself. But you cannot let other people's words in too much. You're not trying to be untouchable, unshakable. You're not trying to be this godly force, because nobody can be God but God, okay? The goal is to be free without losing yourself. The goal is to be you and show people who you are and express yourself without losing yourself in the process. You're not gonna find freedom. You're not gonna find self-righteousness in rejecting every single opinion, okay? You're gonna find it within choosing the right ones that deserve your energy. Protect your peace. You have to care enough to grow, but not enough to shrink yourself. People are gonna talk, people are gonna judge, people are gonna always have something to say, so you might as well just be you. And I feel good when people say stuff about me, or if people do say stuff about me, I don't mind, because I know I'm being myself. Now, if I was trying to be something different, and I was just trying to be something inauthentic and I was trying to conform and people still had something to say, that would get to me way more than if I knew that I was just being who I was. If I'm being who I am and it's not enough for you, or if it's too much for you, you can go about your business, baby. You can go on somewhere. Let people's fleeting opinions control you? Or are you gonna live on your own terms? Are you gonna live on your own terms? My final thought on this topic, y'all, is not caring at all is just another prison than caring too much. Real freedom is knowing when to listen and when to turn the other cheek. Fleeting judgment should not be able to shake you, okay? You do not have to be digestible. Everybody does not have to consume you, literally. They don't. But that is all that I have for y'all today. This was so fun filming. I hope it was concise enough. And once again, y'all, thank you so much for all the love, all the support that y'all sending me. Make sure y'all check out my YouTube shorts. Follow me on Instagram at _Ambiar, and I have another Instagram. It's called Eyes for Ambria as well. Follow me on TikTok while you still can at _Ambi.in. Like I said, I'm so thankful, y'all. I'm so thankful that I even have this small following, because it's growing so quickly. And if you're here right now, thank you so much. Leave me a pink heart down below if you made it to the end of this video. As always, much love, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.